What's up, gentlemen, and welcome to 2025. So I just wanted to start by letting you know that I think you are amazing. I'm talking incredible. The amount of potential I see in you is unbelievable. I hope this year you finally see it for yourself and you actually take action on the things that you've been wanting to do. You know, I look at you and I see greatness, nothing but potential. But a lot of you are making some mistakes or have things in your life that are preventing you from realizing your goals and your potential. And today I really wanted to do a video just to basically share with you some things that I feel you need to cut out if you truly want to be successful and make 2025 the best year yet. But bottom line, you're awesome. First thing I need you to stop doing and cut out of your life is hanging out with those people that don't deserve you. All right, I'm talking about toxic people. We all have had them in our lives. Unfortunately, sometimes they're hard to identify because they're kind of shady. They're kind of shifters, right? In terms of they act like they love you one minute, they act like they're your friend, and then typically they're gonna turn around, talk shit about you, stab you in the back, or not live up to your expectations of what you deserve of a friend. The next thing I need you to stop doing this year is blaming yourself or beating yourself up for shit that happened before. Whether or not it's a failure, something you did wrong, let it go. It is time to let it go. It's also time for number 4, you to cut out the grudges. I know that there are people that have done you dirty. I've felt the same thing, whether or not it's a family member or a friend. You know, unfortunately, we are a lot of times collateral damage in other people's shit. The thing that's going to help you move forward, finally, is to either forgive them, which I know that that's hard, right? A lot of people say, oh, I can't forgive them because they did a lot of terrible things. And I get that, right? It's not about forgiving them. It's about forgiving you. It's about letting the shit go. Not harboring so much anger and resentment, because when you're bogged down by anger, resentment, hostility, and those feelings, it's preventing you from moving forward. You've got to set it down. The next thing you need to cut out this year is excuses. Stop it. Just like stop it, right? Excuses make us feel good or justify our inactions or reasons why we didn't accomplish or didn't do the things that we said we were going to do last year, but you got to stop. You got to understand that nobody's always you shit. Nobody's going to come and save you. If you truly want to be successful, you've got to take action. But you've got to own it. You've got to stop making the excuses. Stop excusing your inaction or bad behavior. And I'm not trying to say this to be a dick. I'm trying to say this because I love you. And I know from personal experience that when I drop the bullshit and stop making excuses, looked myself in the mirror and decided, you know what? There's nobody that's going to do this other than you. It's amazingly powerful. It basically frees you from the burden. Something else that's going to free you from burden is comparing yourself to other people. Cut that shit out. It only makes you feel bad about yourself. This is the year for you to look forward, to do better, to be at the end of 2025 being like, damn, I fucking killed it. Alpha was right. But when you sit there and compare yourself, your life, your relationship, your finances to other people, it prevents you from moving forward and being happy and satisfied with yourself. Guys, you're amazing. Only compare yourself to you, the man you were yesterday. Next thing I need you to cut out this year is all the toxic shit you're consuming. All right, now, I know that this list is kind of like big and it's going to be a little bit hard to do everything, but if you just basically cut out 1 or 2 of these things, you're going to be so much better off. All right, the junk food. Stop eating it. You got to start preparing your meals. The next thing is that stuff, right? The stuff you smoke, stop it. Whether or not it's weed, it's nicotine, stop it. It is doing you no good. It's actually hurting you. And all the excessive drinking, stop it. Finally, get it under control. If I can do it, you can do it. Excessive social media. Cut it out. I'm not saying to never check social media ever, but if you're somebody that finds themselves looking multiple times a day and wasting time here, it's preventing you from doing amazing things in 2025. The other thing you need to cut out is shit sleep. If you're not getting good sleep, there's zero chance that you're going to do amazing things this year. You're going to be tired, you're going to be sluggish, you're not going to look good, you're not going to feel good. Not to mention your testosterone's going to be all out of whack. Guys, make sleep a priority. 7 to 8 hours of solid slumber every single night, period. Negative self-talk. Cut that shit out. Stop it right now. I know that a lot of you are like, but, what if I don't? Or, oh, I'm going to try. What if I, fuck it. Like, seriously, stop it. That negative self-talk is going to do nothing but like cause you to second guess yourself, cause you to procrastinate, which is something else you got to cut out this year. Stop procrastinating. Procrastination is the devil, right? And we trick ourselves. We think, oh, I'll do it later, right? And later turns into like a week, a month, and then never. Think about it like this. Where would you be today if you took action and actually implemented the things you needed to do back when you first started thinking about starting a business, getting a new job, getting into shape, asking that girl out? Where would you be today? Think about that. It's powerful. Do not let another year go by with you thinking about doing something. Take action and stop waiting. Stop setting unrealistic expectations for yourself. That's something else you've got to stop doing, right? Also, overcommitting. How many of you overcommit? You're like, okay, this year I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and then you end up doing all of them or none of them half-ass. You got to pick a few things. One thing that you're going to commit yourself to this year. Is it your body? Is it your job? Is it your career? Is it your mental health? Like, what is it? Is it your relationship? Pick one thing or two things max and focus every ounce of your energy on doing that thing. And I promise you, if you do that, you're going to be successful. But when you're overcommitted, you pick too many things, you have shiny object syndrome, you start chasing a bunch of shit, you're never going to do any of it well or any of it at all. Your body. You knew this one was coming, right? From me? Guys, here's the deal. Stop. Like, just cut it out. Stop making the excuses of why you're not exercising and why you're not in better shape and why your body fat is over 20%. If your body fat is over, I would say like 18%, you got a problem and it's time for you to fix it. You know, spoiler alert, it gets harder as you get older. The earlier you start making good choices, better habits, the easier it's going to be to stick to them as you get older. If you don't take an active role and make your health a priority, I promise you something. You will regret it, period. You will regret it. And money cannot buy better health. It can buy better access to health, but it can't buy being healthy. And your health is your number one most valuable asset. The other thing I need you to cut out this year is thinking that money is going to solve all your problems. No, it doesn't. All right? What money does is simply give you access to solving problems and it makes life easier. But you're always going to have problems, you're always going to have issues, and just buying something isn't going to make you happy. If you are not happy and true to who you are as a person, as a man, no amount of stuff or material possessions can fix that. You've got to be good with you. You've got to figure out what's going to make you happy and go for it, which brings me to the last thing I just want to go over, and that is you got to cut out fear. Now, fear is one of those ugly motherfucking things that wreaks its havoc in a lot of different ways. Fear is invisible. Nobody sees it other than you, but you feel it and it's real. And it's also the thing that's preventing you from doing incredible things. The reason why you don't try, whether or not it's a business, your body, that girl, that job, is because of the fear. The fear of failure, the fear of embarrassment, the fear of having to tell your parents or your loved ones that it didn't work out or that it didn't work. But I promise you something, fear is going to diminish when you take action and fail. Failure, you got to do it. It's part of the process. It's inevitable. You can't get successful without having that one piece, which is failure. All right? Nobody got successful at anything without fucking something up in the beginning. You've got to F it up in order to learn, in order to move forward. It's part of the process. But fear is one of those things that I beg you to get under control. You've got to let it go. You've also got to understand that people aren't thinking about you the way that you think they are. The world doesn't revolve around you. And this, when I heard this, it was kind of like, wait, what do you mean, right? But think about it. If you spent less time worrying about what other people thought of you and just did what you wanted to do in anything, you would be so much better off. You'd also take better steps and actions in order to make it happen. But the thing that holds us back is the fear of other people, what they're thinking, what they're saying. And the truth, they're not saying shit. They're worried about their own self. They're not even thinking about you. And the sooner you understand this, the sooner you cut it out of your life, the better off you're going to be. Gentlemen, I love you. I want 2025 to be your best year yet. And if you cut this shit out, it will be.